second season, we wanted something similar, no? Equally powerful, equally impactful. Yung ding merong Mr. Ivy, merong element of surprise.
That's true, Jane. No? We will do an Isaac Newton tonight. We will do our best to give credit and highlight those who paved the way for many in our profession.
An engineer by training, an advocate of proper financial planning, and I'm in the business of making people's dreams come true.
I have been in this industry for the last 40 years.
Wow.
And so sabi ko nga, this is very significant because in my 40th year, we have this interview.
So among the three of us, I think I was the junior at that time, and I really learned from a lot from them. Also, I just hope Danny was here, no? So kasama kami ni Danny.
Si John mentioned he was an engineer. John, paano ka naman napadpad sa magandang profession na to? Ikaw ay engineero.
After he explained to me how much he was making, he did not sell me a policy, but he sold me the career. I said, I want that too.
My salary was only 2,500. So I said, pwede ba, can you recruit me? Kasi I think that's what I like. So,
na-encourage naman ako ni Jopin because at that time, we had still classes. And sabi ni Jopin, alam mo Maritz, dito, you can write your own check. So medyo na-excite ako doon. Binigyan niya ako ng blank check.
Of all the many initiatives that you have done in the past, ano po doon ang nakikita nyo na applicable pa rin sa panahon ngayon?
Micromanaging of agent does not work today. To elaborate, today we are paid more on things we do not do because we delegate and empower. Number two, I follow the 20-80 rule. Our goal is to develop the middle 60% into the top 20%. That's my main job. Do you believe in excellence? Can I trust you? And do you care for me?
In your early part of your career as a leader, and how did you overcome that particular challenge?
I think it was the premature branch that I accepted kasi it came as a surprise. So probably it was a prelude, no, to our 100 years in 1995. Suddenly, 2 branches were created. Kasi during those times, ang mga top branches namin were really the Chinese branches.
So, in insular life, na the district manager left to go abroad. So they're looking for a district manager to replace him. So in other words, I was promoted from a unit manager to a district manager, diretso. Oo. For lack of someone to replace the one who resigned, di ba? You know, it's so difficult to handle people whom you do not know really. Kasi they were just there and it's so difficult to get their commitment, their loyalty. I've learned a lot from them. Parang naging practice ba for me to be able to lead. But it's different when you are the ones recruiting.
Years of your career, it can be said that the life insurance industry is a more male-dominated industry. No? There were more male managers than female managers. How difficult or how challenging was it for the two of you to develop, to grow, and to thrive in a male-dominated industry? How did you successfully work your way through it?
Well, for me, I'm one person who believes in sharpening the saw. So, even up to this time, magkaklase pa rin kami ni Maritz.
Looking for ways to survive.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
And the good thing there is that we never stop really learning. For me, I can always be a better version of myself. And the only way to do that is that to attend all the
Ako naman kasi, honestly, no, I've never felt uncomfortable or inferior in a male-dominated leadership, di ba? Parang I think we're blessed, no, Malu? Kasi in this
Yeah.
industry, wala namang discrimination dito eh. Both male and females, we were given the same opportunity and make sure that you deliver the numbers, right? Kaya, I never felt discriminated on. Kasi we're given equal opportunity to have impacts and to be able to change lives, no? To bring out the best in the people that we touch.
Good evening, everyone. We're sure you enjoyed our episode last week at medyo kinulang tayo sa oras at nabitin kayo sa sobrang dami ng ating natutunan. So we have to do part 2 with our very special guests.
Oo nga, part 1 pa lang ay busog na tayo sa mga insights and words of wisdom that we got from our 3 very special guests. So, let's again together, let's listen and watch the second part of that interview with managers Maritz Abellera of Sun Life, Manager John Chua of Manulife, and Manager Malu Romero of Insular Life. Happy watching!
That I assume that all of you have Gen Ys and Gen Cs in your teams right now. So the question is, how do you make sure that there is no communication gap, and that you continue to be an effective leader for these generations? No, so maybe we can ask first, John. Can you help us on that question?
Well, let me first go to what you said about male domineering, no, dominated industry, no. Alam mo, when we went to Gamma, that is true, no, sa Gamma International,
Sabi. Yeah.
puro male ang dominated. Pero sa Philippines, iba na. We have more female
Yes.
than male. And like in Japan, the female are all agent, the male are all managers.
Yes.
Kultura yun. Ang problema doon, nung umattend ako ng female group sa Gamma, sabi namin, walang problema kami doon. Mas marami kang babae sa industry. Okay? Anyway, just para hindi
Good point. Thank you for that point.
Yes. Okay. Now, my children are Gen Y, and frankly speaking, I have a hard time dealing with them as I am a BB.
Baby boomers.
Yes.
De, traditional na daw. Tayo dyan. Hindi na tayo busy.
Sila natutulog 4 o'clock in the morning eh. Grabe. Tapos late ang magising, no? So I manage this, so to manage this group, it is my strategy to recruit younger agent or next generation to my present agent, or I encourage my present agent to introduce their children, their next generation into the group. Okay? Because having younger agent, they will recruit the same generation agent. Tama?
Yeah.
Kasi ako pag communicate ko sa kanila nahihirapan ako eh. I recruit younger managers. Okay? Now, on my own, I try to learn more new technical stuff like the Zoom, the Team, the Google Meet, lahat pinag-aaralan ko. And then also increase my financial planning knowledge in order to communicate with the Gen Y and Z as their need arises, no? Okay? Because they are the future of the financial service industry. I know that. Pero to me, directly sa kanila, is a matter of communication. And sa kanila, it's important to deal with their advocacy. Pag may advocacy sila, nandun ako. At pag may meeting sila sa Starbucks, alam lang ako, pero they do most of the activity themselves. Okay?
Thank you, John. Uh, three things nakuha ko sa'yo. One is yung if you cannot recruit them, have somebody recruit them for you. Number two is try to learn their language, no? And number three, saan ba yung hilig nila, yung advocacy nila, then use that as a way to approach them. Malu, ikaw naman, how do you deal with the younger generation of leaders and advisors?
Well, I'm so lucky that I have a unit manager who is Gen Y, all right, and that he's recruiting his age. As you've said, you only
Mm.
recruit people of your age,
Mm.
but he's someone. I think what is important is that we know each other. She will tell me his greatest why for
Mm.
joining the industry,
All right.
what are his advocacies,
Mm.
and try to support on that. And as far as he is concerned, he will deliver at his own time. He will do the execution at his own time.
Ayun,
Delikado.
importante yun. I think
Yeah.
that's
So
important at their own
yeah,
time.
at
Oo.
their own time,
Oo.
and but they deliver,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just have to really trust them more, and then accept that they are not like us baby boomer who has some kind of processes and system for them. Basta this is my goal, then I deliver, but allow me to be myself at my own time.
Yun.
So that's what I'm trying to do. Accept them as they are, understand that that's their kind of style, as long as they are doing their why and that their advocacy is being achieved, then for me, that's okay. So I have a very good, I have a strong feeling that this unit manager, whom we just appointed recently, will really be successful because he has his own ways. He has his own ways and different from ours. So I
Yeah.
said, that's good. We can learn from you. Yeah.
I
So
think very
that's
good
how I
point
do
again.
it.
Yeah, thank you, Malu. It's about respect the other person and sabi mo nga at their own time, no?
Yes,
Which is
yes.
very hard to do for boomers, di ba? Gusto denumero ang boomer eh, di
Ganun
ba?
ganon.
Wala silang numero, bahala. Pero at the end of the day,
Wala,
sabi nila,
bahala.
they achieve what
Yeah.
they want to achieve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Maritz, ikaw naman, how do you deal with your new generation of leaders and advisors?
Kami naman kasi ngayon, I was trying to figure out, di ko alam yung exact, no, but siguro 80% are now X, halo-halo na to, X, Y, and Z.
And Z. Yeah.
I just found out kasi we have this onboarding program that's being handled by the branch managers of Sun Life, no? So as of now, we have almost 60 branches already collaborating on this onboarding program. So, isa sa mga lessons kasi yung speaker namin, that's Monlu, our classmate in CAM. From Insularito, Malu, he's now our territory head in the Vismin. So he was the one, he opened this program in July, this program in July. And he talked about Gen Z. So tinanong niya dun sa chat box, nagulat ako, may mga Gen Z na palang pumapasok kami. I wasn't really very conscious about it. Why? Because karamihan kasi ng manpower ko ngayon are X. And of course, I would expect that the X people, the Generation X, would be bringing in the Ys, yung mga millennials, no? So that's what's happening right now. In terms of adjustment, parang kasi, Malu, when I had my thesis sa CAM,
Yeah.
I really, my thesis was on millennials. My thesis was on building a millennial branch. Okay, spinning off a millennial branch. Why? Sinadya ko talaga yon. In fact, at that time, my husband si Pat, sabi niya, ba't kasi iniiba-iba mo pa eh? Kabisado mo na yung mga business plan na yan because you're teaching ELM of Gamma. But I was telling him, I really want to have the opportunity to dig deeper and see who they are. So anong nalaman ko sa research ko? The millennials need us, the baby boomers. They still need guidance, so they will still have to come to us. So tama lang si Malu, you really have to give them more flexibility in the way they do things. Kasi kung tayong BB, medyo restricted, organized, compartmentalize, di ba? Hindi pwede sa kanila
Compartmentalize.
yun. Oo. So, but anyway, praise God, I'm still able to continue with my uh, uh, predictive schedules of having all my Mondays at 9 o'clock meetings, no? Kasi ginagawa ko na ito for the past 27 years. So, they come naman. Probably it's just a matter of giving them what they really need. But I heard this from a millennial manager. Sinasabi niya sa akin, dapat BM ang sessions mo na lang. It's really more of motivation because the technical things or information, they can get it
From the internet.
from the internet. So talagang mabobore sila sa'yo sa meeting mo because they really want it short, no, di ba? So I'm thinking about it, pero kukunti pa lang naman sa tingin ko yung millennials eh. A lot of them are still in the X generation. But of course, I'm also putting more effort on bringing in the Ys and the Z because we know that they are our future.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe in 30 years, John and Malu, wala nang baby boomers sa mundo. Wala na tayo.
Wala.
So eventually, Y na lang at saka Z, X, Y, and Z na lang ang nandyan. And do you know that there's a new generation coming? Alpha. Balik ulit tayo sa Alpha. Okay? So my grandchildren are all Z. So at least, I can learn from them, no?
Right.
When we talking and all. So, kailangan pag-aralin din natin kasi we still want to stay in this industry and help people build. Kasi ako, gusto ko lang talaga keep building leaders. That will be my part, no? My portion of making sure that the industry will survive.
Thank you. Thank you, Maris. No? Ang nakita ko again, very good points all of you. Kay Maris, ang nakita ko is that you have to ask yourself the question, where is your value now in the new generation, di ba? Sabi niyo nga na ang bagong henerasyon ngayon, napakadaling kumuha ng information. Pero they don't have your stories, they don't have the experience that you have, which can really motivate and inspire them. So again, thank you. Thank you to the three of you. Jay?
Yes. Siguro I will throw the questions also for the three of you na rin, no? Because all of you are really, we can consider pillars, no, of the industry natin, no? And you are very active, you have been very active in the different organizations, no? LUA and Gamma. Can I ask you why is that very important to you? Up to now, you are still very active. You are still moderators of EMD, of ELM, of LUTC. Why is this important to you? Mr. Jan, ikaw muna siguro.
Well, it is our way of paying it forward. Because I was an agent for 10 years. I became a manager because I want to pay it forward, to give back to my company. Then when on my 21st year, I joined the industry association, and it was my way of paying it back to the whole industry. Basically, it's that heart of doing that. That's why up to now, whenever anyone asks me for something, request me for something, I never say no.
Yes.
But the Sun Life, I go with them all over the Philippines. Kaya magkasama kami. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Manager Jan. Manager Malu, why is being active in the organizations very important to you also?
Well, you see, I have a very nice experience. When I was just starting, I was invited by Belen de Jesus to be a member of the first 100 members of LUAP. Because of LUAP, I was able to become a better agent. I had a lot of friends because I learned the best practices. And being a member of LUAP allowed me also to rub elbows with the international speakers like the likes of Norman Levine, Mehdi Pakarzadeh. And for me, that was an inspiration for me. And I said, this organization has helped me a lot to become a better person. In fact, I owe it to LUAP for me being an MDRT because of my association with this very highly, kumbaga, legends in the industry. I wanted to become like them. I said, if you can make it, then I can make it as well. Okay. So, yon, it started. And that during my presidency in 1991, we were so privileged to be able to introduce LUTC in the Philippines. So,
Mm-mm.
isn't that a great legacy, no? Na nadala namin ng LUTC for free from Singapore because of our association. O, di ba? And that's
Yeah.
also the reason why I met you in Davao, right? And
Yes.
now, and now that I am a leader, sabi ko, it's about time na I wanted to be involved with the Gamma because I know Gamma can also help me to become a better person, di ba? To become a better leader because of the sharing of practices, especially during the Gamma Kapihan and the Gamma Convention every year. So, uh, leaders, I really urge you to urge all your financial advisors to be members of LUAP. All right. So that they can become $1 million roundtable as well. And then also for all of us leaders, let's make sure we are members of Gamma as well and win all the awards during the Gamma convention night. Because that's the only way we can really show to our financial advisors that we are the best leader for all of them. Yun yung aking legacy. To really be a role model and be able to really show them na there is such thing as LUAP and Gamma in the Philippines. And I'm so privileged to be a part of these two wonderful organization. Thank you. That's
You.
how I met Maritz and John. O, diba?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Malu and Miss Maritz.
Well, being a member of organizations has always been my cup of tea, no? Kasi one of the 5 values that I really uphold is professionalism, and it's of course measured by my participation. Hindi lang participation, not just a mere member, but I would like to be active. So ang naging niche ko talaga, Gamma, because as I've told you, the history of the branch. We were a premature branch. We had difficulty in growing it. So it was really the EMD of Gamma that gave me a break. It gave me the formal training to be a better leader and to bring my branch to where I want it to be, di ba?
Yes.
So ano yon? I really love the motto of Gamma, no? Growth in sharing. So that's what we have been doing. Malu, Jan, and even Gani, no? So from the early times that I was going around with them for kapihan, talaga sharing lahat yan. Naalala ko pa dyan, hindi pa uso nun ng mga, anong tawag nun, yung PowerPoint presentation. Gani had already array of training programs that he could just pull out on the spot, no, during our kapihan. So, amazing, no, hindi ba? Eh, ako naman, no, nagsisimula pa lang. So, wala akong mga ganung gadgets. But I think the scanning started it all, no? But now, everything is accessible. And thank you to the digital world of the new generations, hindi ba? So, yun lang. I agree with Malu. You have to be a part of these organizations, no, LUAP and Gamma, okay? Because it's actually a testimony of your being a professional, di ba? Kasi lahat naman ng mga professionals ngayon that we know, like the doctors and lawyers, they're really active in their own organizations, right? And then, paano natin i-claim that we are professionals if we're not really members of these two organizations? So, ako requirement yan eh. Hindi ko lang talaga maitawid yung 100% membership in LUAP, but at least for Gamma, for my leaders, I'm almost there. No? Usually, manager candidate ang hindi lang natutuloy. Why? Kasi medyo mataas ang natin, ang membership fee, no? $150, right? Tama ba ako dyan? Oo. So, but as they become unit managers, kasama yon, it's it's really a must in my branch. Why? Because I tell them our history. Without Gamma, I wouldn't have been able to bring the branch where it is today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, and thank you for sharing the reasons no, why you have remained no, very active in these organizations, because we have a lot of young leaders no, who are always watching us. And I'm sure after hearing no, those piece of advice, no, yung mga suggestions nyo, they will be more convinced, no, not only to be just members of LUA and Gamma, but really be very active, no? Because of, sabi nyo nga, it promotes professionalism, it gives you access, no, to the different legends, no, the different great personalities, no, of the industry, and no, later on, ito lagay pag ano yon, pag pay forward, no, for all the benefits that they have gotten from the industry. So thank you again for sharing those reasons with us.
For each one of you, you have 40 years no of span of service, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes throughout those years. So maybe question is, ano yung nagbago? Una muna ang tanong, brief description, ano ang nagbago sa mga agents mula nung nag-umpisa kayo sa agents ngayon? Maybe John, what is one description na you can say na nagbago from the perspective ng agent?
Before, advisor only deals with traditional plan, whole life, limited pay life, endowment, and term. Coverage, cash value, non-forfeiture value, riders, quite simple. We sell on needs and risk versus risk. Today, we deal not only with traditional life, there's variable life, there's mutual fund, and there is a need for continuous education to be updated on all of this, and attending convention to upgrade our skill set. Today, we sell on needs, wants, and most important, return.
Okay. Thank you. Malu, ano nagbago sa advisor?
Well, as before, we have to travel about 2 hours to go and reach a place to really be able to meet face to face, you know.
Yeah,
and not only that, we have to really even entertain them or bring them to a coffee shop for coffee or maybe lunch in a restaurant. But now we don't have that anymore. We just do it online by Zoom. Napakalaki talagang tipid, di ba? Tipid sa time, tipid sa transportation, tipid sa food.
Yes.
Wow, my goodness, we are so privileged to be able to close sales, millions and millions of them, by just using our Zoom. And then having the automated underwriting system of the company, they just have to sign the e-link and submit, and that's it. And they just have to pay also through the bank. Like as before, my God, you have to collect the money and then deposit it there, di ba? Napaka-laking difference yun. Oo, for me, sabi ko nga, the financial advisors now they're very, very lucky to have that opportunity and freedom. And as long as they are not digitally challenged, kaya nila. Ngayon, yung mga baby boomer like me, okay? We might not be that very good in the digital world, but I can always delegate. I have my executive assistant beside me. Anong gagawin natin dito? Anong gagawin? Without really, kumbaga, teka po na, ba't ko naman anuhin yung ulo ko na pag-aralan ko? Hirap naman na din ako talaga, di ba? So, delegate is the name of the game. So, yun ang I'm very thankful about the present financial advisors now and advisors before.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maritz, from your perspective naman, what changed?
Yung similar that I see right now, the young generation also love continuing education. They want to learn, di ba? But they learn faster sila because of the internet. no?
Yeah.
Information is really available fast to them. Ang nakita kong difference talaga, speed. Yung
Speed.
sinasabi ni Malu that now we can sell.
Yeah.
Then, dati kasi, ang aking dilemma, no? Kasi activity-driven ako eh. I supervise activities. So meron kaming tinatawag na new faces a day. One
Yeah.
in the morning, one in the afternoon. So I had only a few. No, yun yung mga naging MDRT ko kasi sumunod sila dun sa formula na yon. But this time you will be surprised, no? Parang nakikita ko because of Facebook marketing, hindi na mahirap yung 1 a week. Sa totoo lang. Because we now have advisors who are able, like last week, meron ako isang advisor na millennial. 6 agad binagsak niya isang araw. Yung mga ganon. So it's now really happening. We have our top advisor now in Sun Life na nag-MDRT in 6 months.
Yeah.
Nagpo-40 applications yon a month. Yung mga ganun tipo na you wouldn't imagine happening before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Kasi kami medyo nahuli kami sa e-app and all eh, di ba? It came so we were caught barefooted. Nakita namin kailangan ng so andali, mabilis namang nag-cope ang aming company, no? So we now have this support. And when people learned about it, syempre nauna dyan, yung mga millennials.
Yeah.
Natural sa kanila. Like we have a branch manager and he belongs to my lineage, no? 3 years lang nag-BM yon. Ang bilis. So yon, speed talaga yung nakikita kong different ngayon. Plus, of course, yung sinasabi ni John na this young generation, they really want to change the world. They want to do something. So pagka nag-attract ka ngayon, kasi medyo binago ko ngayon ng mga skill namin eh, to in recruitment. Kasi dati, in the past years, I would look for career changers like me. Mga board na sa employment, and they have been there for years. Parang ako, 10 years ako nagturo eh, di ba? So nakita ko, mababa ng kita, mabagal ang growth and all. So I have to accept the invitation of Sun Life, right? Or I would look before, no, ginagawa ko yung business plan ko sa Gama noong 1999. Ang profile ko noon were businessmen because I'd like to offer to them another line of business. Kasi franchise tayo eh, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ganon. And then professionals, of course, we also want to bring them in. Ngayon, iba na eh. We now attract the young generation because we know that they are our future, hindi ba? So, paano mo ngayon ibibigay yung skill mo? Because they want to be entrepreneurs early enough in their lives. Hindi kagaya ng baby boomers, magre-retire muna yan. Gagamitin nila yung retirement money nila to set up a business, right? Generally, okay? Or they have to, save muna money before they really leave employment. So medyo delayed sila. Ang mga young generation ngayon, they would want to start with their business. Kaya meron kami ngayon, Malu, this is an offshoot of our consultation with Mac, no? Meron kami ngayong niche recruitment. So ang LBF namin is just focused on new graduates.
Wow!
Last Wednesday, we had young entrepreneurs. So ako mismo ang nag-LBF doon, no? Kasi yung mga ganyan. So you really have to do something.
I think that's good, no? Because you're widening the net, no? You're bringing a lot more people in na parang tanggal nyo na yung konsepto na kailangan medyo stable ka na, meron ka ng bago hindi na, ngayon wala na yun.
At ngayon, nagbago din AB kasi if you ask me, when I was doing my business plan in 1999, hindi ako kukuha ng part-timers noon. That was us, right? Malu and John. Lalo na yung Manulife, ang higpit ng mga yan sa profile, di ba? Even Sun Life. Tapos may age pa, 25 to 45. 50 yun, hindi na yun pwede ngayon. But now you will see that we're able to bring them in even if they're still employed because they can find time. And advantage ngayon is because we are now selling online. So, 2 oras lang yan, AB.
Kaya
Ayos
na.
na Diyos.
Oo.
Araw-araw, kaya.
Kaya na yan. Which
Kaya
I
yan.
think ang kailangan na dapat ma-realize ng leaders, also what is the level of ambition that they should have for their people. Considering sinasabi nyo, because of digital technology and a lot more people aware, dapat yung kanilang ambisyon, kanilang gustong ma-achieve much higher. Now,
Mhm.
thank you for your inputs on the advisors. Punta naman tayo sa mga leaders. You were successful as leaders. Pero ngayon, anong nakikita niyong pagkakaiba ng successful leaders ngayon doon sa mga nag-succeed many, many years ago? Right? John, ikaw ulit. Ano ang successful leader ngayon kumpara doon sa dati?
Successful leader ng panahon ko, no? Again, my biggest challenge is in 1992 when we were a new branch. Again, the idea was because we didn't have top producer, we only had 20 plus people at that time, and our production was only 3 to 4 million. Sabi namin walang patutunguhan namin, but to grow at that time was to grow through recruitment and team spirit. And so at that time, all of my bigger producer became manager. So wala kaming big producer din. So what we can control was only recruitment and team spirit.
Mm.
So what we do, we start the year with team building. And then every middle of the year, we do certain planning. And we made recruitment a part of everybody's requirement.
Mm-mm.
What we did is you recruit or die.
Mm-mm.
So we told them, we don't make it, pupulutin kayo sa four corners of Manulife. At that time.
Kakalat kayo.
Kakalat kayo. So what happened was we were able to sell everybody the idea of recruiting and growing with the branch.
Mm-mm.
And during those 4 years, I remember that every year we grew by 35%.
Mm.
And in 4 years, we became the top branch in Manulife
Yeah.
because of recruitment. Our manpower increased by 300%, our case count increased by 300%, and our production increased by 400%. Those were the good times. And of course, I remember I cannot leave this that during 2006, I was the Gamma president, and I had to lead by example by taking the EMD, Essentials of Management. During that time, sabi ko, production namin 52 million na. I still need EMD. But I still took it. And my goal then was to become from 52 million in 10 years to become 300 million, and FYP to become 600 plus million. From a number of 82 agents, I envisioned to become 1,000 agents due to my business plan. And I took it, and every year I monitor it. And in 2016, I finished my 10-year plan. We ended up with 1,700 agents and 700 plus thousand FYP. So EMD, right now may ibang pangalan na, but EMD, education was the one that propelled all of us during those times. From changing from a mediocre branch to
So John, I assume that that will still be important today. That education, sinasabi nyo nga, must be there, no? So that is also a mark of a successful leader, making sure that he continues to learn every day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Sa'yo naman, Malu, from your perspective, anong kailangan ng leader ngayon para maging successful? Ano naman ang kailangan ng leader nung nakaraang mga panahon para maging successful? May pagkakaiba ba?
Well, para sa akin, wala eh.
Mm.
Kasi kung hindi kami nag-aral noon ni Maritz, baka wala kami ngayon dito, di ba? So for me, yung sharpening the saw is very, very
Alright.
important.
Okay.
And that role modeling to our financial advisors, what we should do to really increase our business in terms of so many things. And one of them is really recruitment. I really admire John for
John,
really being
yeah.
able to do
Correct.
that. Okay.
Dami,
And
yeah.
yeah, I'm still work in progress, and we hope to be able to do that. Kasi Maritz and I are not growing any younger. So I have the next 5 to 7 years to be able to fulfill my dream, which is to be able to really look forward that most of my agency leaders will become general agency in their own right, and be able to empower all their agents and their leaders as well. Oo.
Thank
Pero
you.
time is running out on us kasi we're 70 this year, and sana bigyan pa kami ng another extension for us to be able to fulfill that dream.
That's middle
Thank
age
you.
by this time, ha, Malu.
Yes, agree.
Alright, Maritz,
True,
di ba?
that's
Maritz,
true.
Maritz, ikaw naman, Maritz, from your perspective, what does a leader na today must have to be successful?
Well, I agree with John and Malu, no? I think there still should be a basic leadership program, and we still offer what we have in Gamma, right? So kahit you're a new leader, it should be a must. In fact, I'm requiring all my managers to take it. Kasi nung unang panahon, ang hirap talaga mag-convince ng maging manager. Generally, people then were so happy as financial advisors. Kaya nahirapan din akong i-build yung branch, di ba? Until we decided, like John, no, we decided na hindi tayo pwedeng ganito forever. Otherwise, pupulutin kayo in the four walls of Sun Life. But what we mean then was, kakalat talaga kayo because bubuwagin tayo because we're not performing, no? Hindi tayo viable as a business entity, right?
Right.
So doon nagsimula lahat. And then I had this ripple, no? I had this ripple in the pond na EMD graduate din yan. So sabi ko nung pinopromote ko na siya, wag ka munang magbenta ng 1 taon, ha? Sabi ko, mag-recruit ka, pakita natin merong future ang management sa Sun Life. And she did. So she became my third spin-off branch, di ba? Sa South. She was my first provincial branch manager. So she's now playing in Batangas. In fact, meron na siyang apo. May apo na ako sa kanya na second generation. Di ba? Yun, oo. So parang nakita ko, it doesn't really make a difference if you're new or old.
Yeah.
If you are now a leader in this generation, in these times, no? Kasi kailangan meron kang driver ng growth mo, eh. So in my case, sumusunod lang ako sa direction ng kumpanya. Sinabi na Sun Life, provincial expansion tayo. I think I was the first. One of the first. Dalawa lang naman kami noon na who really tried it. Kahit wala pang, I mean, we didn't have enough resources to do it. But I went for provincial expansion because I wanted to build the branch. Hindi ko ma-build dito sa Metro Manila, eh. Sabi ko, baka sa probinsya, may chance ako. So that's one. And then, another driver for our growth was, I really adopted Quincy Crawford's model of leaders building leaders. So doon nagsimula lahat yan. I will be able to grow this branch because they're just building leaders. So nung ino-offer ko na yon, communicate ko na sa kanila that we're actually setting up our systems, and then meron na tayong formula of success. Ipapass on ko na lang sa inyo yan. So while I'm still here, learn. Let's learn together and build your future branch. So, ayun.
Again, thanks. No, apparently 40 years. Well, there's so many things that happen. There are fundamentals that continue to be valuable, no. And your words simply confirm them. Ang bilis ng oras, so marami pa akong tanong pero hindi ko na itatanong. Sa susunod na episode na lang pag nakita-kita tayo. Jay, ikaw na.
Sige na,
With Gani,
I'm
sana
down to
that
my last question. You have all survived and thrived through decades, through good and tough times, through highs and lows. Question ko, what made you stay in this career? Miss Maritz?
Mhm, mhm. Ah, I think yung trait ko yeah, I try because I'm a very humble person. Okay? I know my limitations, I know my weaknesses. So hanggang ngayon, nakikita pa rin naman kami ni Malu wherever she is, no. We still keep on asking help from the experts. Okay? I have a lot of consultants actually. Especially now that we're challenged with recruitment, no, because that's the only way we can grow. Our numbers are not competitive after the two spin-off branches that happened in 2019. Pero naman, we were able to achieve a breakthrough, a milestone, because the fifth spin-off branch ended Eucalyptus Season 1. Diba? So ngayon, nasa season 2 kami ngayon. Ito, medyo we're rebuilding again, and I think history is repeating itself. I can see the challenges that we had in 1994 up to 2000 or 1999, no? So buti na lang, the solid foundation is still there. We still have our fundamentals, andyan pa rin. Oo, okay. So recruitment pa rin. If people would ask me, no, you have to continue asking people, observing best practices that's happening with the branches now. So it's this humble heart, I think, that allowed me to thrive. Kasi in humility, I will always bring back the glory to our God, di ba? And thank Him for all the faithfulness that He showered me in my life. Ayun, okay.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Miss Maris, for sharing that one secret of staying power mo, ha? Humility. Miss Malu, how about in your case?
Well, there are three values that I hold close to my heart. These are openness, focus, and consistency. These three values has really helped me to be able to thrive in this situation that we have. In fact, I have really survived a lot of crises in my life, and one of them was a personal one, and that's losing my husband to leukemia in 1989. Since I was able to hurdle that crisis, I was able, because of the beautiful career that we have, I was able to bring up my three young children at the time to be where they are right now. So for me, that's a good reason why I should really keep on doing the business, because it has really blessed us so much na looking back, sabi ko nga, Lord, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to be in this industry, and that if I'm given another chance to come back, I'd still like to be a financial advisor and an agency leader at that, so that I can really help more people and be able to bless others as we are being blessed by them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Malu. And finally, Mr. John.
Actually, it's really not a secret, no, but I can attribute this to the passion for the career, so that it's no longer work. Becoming an agency leader was a way for me to pay it back, because if I did not become a sales management leader, I would not last this long. I would have gotten tired and lazy and probably do something else. So I always ask an agent who has potential, I ask him, do you want to sell the rest of your life? Simple. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. So to all our young leaders out there, you have heard the staying power secrets of our three icons. So if you want to stay long in this career, alam nyo na kung ano ang dapat yung gawin.
Jay, go straight to the fast talk.
Okay. So, thank you very much, no. Usually we do the fast talk. Kaya lang tatlo kayo. So, hindi natin 'to magagawa. So, alam niyo naman yung fast talk. Kaya lang hindi natin gagawa. So ang gagawin po natin, I will be asking you 3 questions. Wala pong kinalaman sa insurance. Okay? So, you just have to answer this, no. You have been very successful as agency leaders, no. The role of an agency leader. Ngayon po ibang role ang tatanungin ko sa inyo. All of you should answer this. So siguro ang sequence natin, si Miss Malu, Mr. John, and then si Miss Maritz. If you will be given a role in a movie, will you prefer to be the bida or the kontrabida, and why? Miss Malu.
Siyempre, bida. Palagi kong,
Dahil?
alam mo, nung araw kasi, akala ko I'd like to be an actress. Every
Oh.
time I'm inspired to watch a movie by Amalia Puentes and Susan Roses at that time, o di ba? So, syempre I'd like to be the bida because for me, I am always I'm always a winner in my own right.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay, bida. Mr. John, bida kontra bida.
Kontrabida.
Oh!
Sa kontrabida lahat, may bigote. At saka sa kontrabida, being you learn your mistake and you can get back from that mistake. Yan ang
Oh.
kontrabida.
Okay.
Thank
ganun
you.
ba
Very
yung
good.
Perspective yun. Very good. Miss Maritz, bida kontra bida.
Pwede bang both? Hindi kasi,
O sige.
I think looking back no sa buhay ko, I've always been the bida talaga in all, from grade school, high school, college, hanggang dito sa Sun Life, and even when I was teaching, no? Kasi pilot school kami so we would really go out and then I would be a demonstration teacher. Di bidang-bida, di ba?
Yeah.
Ngayon din, because of my role na, I became a branch manager. Siyempre, I help, no? I'm in the center of the action in the branch. I give the directions, di ba? Kasi yun ang role ng leader But siguro, at one given time siguro in my life, gusto ko rin maging kontrabida nga, di ba? Just experience being one. Okay? And not for anything else. Wala naman akong maisip na reason why.
Okay.
Kasi siguro, no, in one.
For a
Pero
change
meron ako
lang.
naalala, may play kami nung nagtuturo ako Hindi naman ako kontrabida actually. Ano lang ako, I was just there, parang pedestal lang or flower base. Walang ginagawa, naka-post lang ako doon. Hindi naman kontrabida yun. Hindi actively performing on stage.
Okay, so thank you. My second question, this is naman for Mr. John and then Maritz and Malu. If you are a teacher, si Miss Maritz was a former teacher, what subject will you teach and why? So Mr. John.
Math. Kasi magaling ako sa math.
Ay, oo.
Engineer ka nga pala, sir.
Oh, magaling.
Compute
Magaling.
math without a paper. Computer.
Wow.
Oo, galing.
Mental computation lang, manager.
Mental computation.
Okay. Miss Maritz, balik ka ulit sa iyong pagiging grade school. Anong favorite subject mo na ituro?
Dami naman kasi I was in the grade school, no?
Pero what's your favorite?
Probably, ito lang yung I was not really guided, no? Well, I taught reading, I taught social studies, I taught language, health, and I was a leader of scouting, Cub Scout, hindi naman Boy Scout, Cub Scout, and
Scout.
Brownie, and Girl Scout. I was also the leader, facilitator, or moderator of our student council, no? Di ba? So if I'd like to go back, parang I should have really, instead of taking another master's degree, I should have taken an advanced program on special education.
Sa special education sa inyo. Okay, thank you. And Miss Malu, anong gusto mong ituro if you are a teacher?
Well, if I am a teacher, I'd like to talk about human relations because nowadays, you might be very, very talented or intelligent if you don't have that what you call the grit, and at the same time the ability to build relationship. I think that's very crucial in being a successful person. So
Okay.
human relation is what
Human
I would teach.
relations. Okay, thank you
Thank
very much
you.
mga teachers. And my last, Miss Maritz, if si Miss Malu at saka si Mr. John ay ulam, anong klasing ulam sila at bakit?
Mm. Hindi ulam ako eh. I want to see them as cake.
Cake. Okay. So pagkain,
Kasi
anong pagkain?
merong silang parehong foundation. So all of us are in this industry. Although we come from different professions, no, and upbringing and past experiences, no, di ba? So pagkakaiba na lang yung icing. So I would see John having a different icing from Malu, di ba? So siguro si Malu pwedeng strawberry. Si John chocolate.
Chocolate. Wow, okay. So mga cakes po kayo sa paningin ni Miss Maritz. Miss Malu, kung sila naman po ay mga animals, what kind of animals si Miss Maritz at si Mr. John, and why?
Well, I'd like to see that Maritz is like an eagle because he always flies high and be able to really achieve the top, always on top. And for John, I'd like to see him to be, ano nga ba yung, the Lion King, o di ba? The Lion King. Oo. Kasi in spite of his being not being silent, and yet deep within him is his energy to be able to inspire and transform people. That's
Okay.
the Lion King. Thank you.
Thank you. So Mr. Lion King and Miss Eagle. And now, Mr. John, if Miss Maritz and Miss Malu are flowers, anong klaseng bulaklak po sila?
Si Maritz, rosas.
Rose.
Si Rose, maraming kulay. And all the colors stands for different occasion. I've known Maritz for so long. And Maritz has always come to me as somebody na adaptable. And she is somebody who shares a lot. Okay. Si Malu, tulip.
Tulip. Wow.
Tulip. Because when I was in the Netherlands, there's a land of tulip, and tulip is unique, but when it blossoms, it's very beautiful. Malu, somebody who loves beauty and interacting with people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. Only friends, no, real friends like you can really describe each other that way. So thank you very much, everyone, for all your valuable insights that you shared with us. Also, thank you for being so candid and game dito po sa last 3 questions. Truly, Mr. Ivy and I and our program leaders in action, we are very much honored and privileged to have the 3 of you as our special guest sharer for our first episode of our season 2. Talaga po kami ay tuwang-tuwa na kayo po ay nagpaunlak, no? The true talagang supporter ng industry, hindi po kami nahirapan na kayo po ay imbitahin. So again, maraming salamat. Napakaganda po itong Buena Mano para sa amin. So thank you again to the 3 of you.
Thank you.
From my end, again, I just want to thank the 3 of you, no? John, Malu, and Maritz, no? And so ulitin ko yung binanggit namin, the industry is where it is today and has a very bright future because it has leaders and professionals who laid the foundation. And kayo ang kasama doon sa nag-umpisa at nagtaguyod ng magagandang nangyayari ngayon. So again, thank you. No? Now, kitang-kita sa pag-uusap ninyo, sa biruan ninyo, yung camaraderie and friendship niyo through the years. I hope that the current generation of leaders will understand that you transcend organizational boundaries, di ba? Walang dilaw, walang asul, walang pula. You represent one industry, and because of that, you created a lot, the luwap, the gamma, and many educational ano. And pinatunayan nyo rin na itong industry natin, unang-una ay hindi lang about numbers. Yes, numbers is part of success, pero that is not where it ends. Sa inyo, kitang-kita eh. The developing of people, alright, and more importantly, making a difference to the policyholders that we serve. So once again, maraming salamat, and we wish you all the best as you continue to cement your legacy in this wonderful industry. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Salamat ha. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you to
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, so very wonderful conversation, no, Mr. IB.
Yeah.
I'm so sure, just like the both of us, our listeners, no, have gotten a lot of great insights, no, wonderful ideas from our three icons, no, our three very special guests. For those of you who missed the episode tonight and last week, you can still watch the replay on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Ito po ay available pa rin, no? Mapapanood nyo pa rin po yun. And please don't forget to like and follow our Facebook page so that you get notified whenever we have new contents and of course about our future episodes. At this point also, Mr. IB, I'd like again to thank our friends and our former colleagues who connected us with our three special guests this evening. First, Miss Jenny Del Mundo and Ryan C. For Miss Maritz Abellera of Sun Life. Miss Camille Francisco for connecting us with Miss Malu of Insular Life. And Suzette Astor for giving us the contact number of Mr. John Chua of Manulife. So thank you again, friends, no, for always supporting us, and we will knock on your doors again.
Well, related to that, na nagpapasalamat tayo sa ating mga kaibigan, we also want to thank si Mr. Jude Marasigan, ang Chief Agency Officer ng FWD, for recommending to us our next guest for our next episode. No, a very young field wealth manager, si Mel John Aguilar, who will share with us, no, how his team is able to maintain a high activity ratio and at times 100% activity ratio during this very challenging time. No? So as both our icons, yung ating mga bisita ngayon, and even the new generations of leaders know, activity is key to the success of everyone in this business. So we hope that we will be seeing you again next Thursday, 8 p.m. in Leaders in Action.
Real leaders,
Real stories.
real talk. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.